I thought I'd start the session off with a quick quote. It's by BKS Iyengar, and he is the Indian yogi who came up with the whole prop system for yoga with straps and blocks. He understood that there was a need to help practitioners, especially in the West, get themselves properly into postures, and they needed support along the way. So his quote says, "The pose begins when you want to leave it." And something I often say to myself before I get into my practice, because there's often a mental barrier before you get to the physical barrier, but it's a fine line. So something to just kind of chew on and think about as you go in, especially because in the practice of Ashtanga, we tend to hold poses and some of them are quite uncomfortable. But it could be the case of just allowing your breath to lead the way instead of noticing the mind and kind of wanting to withdraw immediately. So something to think about. We're going to begin today and standing at the top of the mats, coming into Samasthiti, having the palms facing forwards, shoulders down. Take a nice deep breath in. And as you exhale, close the eyes and begin to take a few slow, deep breaths to arrive. Just allow the shoulders to settle back and down. Lift out the back of the neck. Press down through the feet. Take a deep breath in. Long exhale to release. Breathe in. And breathe out. Nice. Inhale, arms reach up into the sky. Exhale, hands fall through to prayer. With your eyes closed, take a moment for your practice and see if you can kind of fall back into a feeling or kind of draw up a feeling as best as you can. When you finish, you can bow your head towards your hands to seal this off. And we'll lower the hands down to begin. Inhale, high mountain, arms reach up. Exhale, forward fold, bow down, and release. Inhale, halfway lift, straighten the spine, draw the shoulders back. Exhale, plank, step back. Engage your plank, elbows in, head up. Inhale, shift forwards, tuck the chin. Exhale, lower halfway, chaturanga, nice and slow. Inhale, up dog or cobra. Roll over the toes, squeeze the thighs, lift up. Exhale, down dog, shift back. 5 ujjayi breaths. Hold for 1. 2. See if you can soften into that restriction, that audible sound with your ujjayi breath. 3. Wrap your armpits in, press evenly between your hands, look up to the navel. 4. 5. Inhale, halfway lift. Make your way to the top. Exhale, fold. Inhale, high mountain. Knees bend, arms rise. Exhale, Samasthiti, hands to the sides. Inhale, high mountain, arms reach up. Look up. Exhale, forward fold, bow down. And let that go. Inhale, halfway lift, straight spine. Exhale, plank, step back. Inhale, shift forwards, elbows in. Exhale, lower halfway, chaturanga, elbows in, chest forwards. Inhale, up dog, over the toes and squeeze. Look up. Exhale, down dog, press back. 5 ujjayi breaths. See if you can take a count for every breath. Hold for 1. 2. 3. 4. See if you can receive the breath gently. 5. Inhale, halfway lift, step, jump or float. Exhale, fold. Inhale, high mountain, knees bend, rise up. Exhale, Samasthiti, hands to the sides. Inhale, Utkatasana, sit down, arms up. Exhale, fold, bow down. Inhale, halfway lift to prepare. Exhale, chaturanga, step back and lower. Inhale, up dog, over the toes, straighten the arms. Exhale, down dog, press back. Warrior 1, right foot through, arms reach up, ground the back heel. Exhale, chaturanga, long exhale, down to plank, lower halfway. Inhale, up dog, over the toes and squeeze. Exhale, down dog, press back. Warrior 1, left foot steps, arms reach up, lower the back heel. Exhale, chaturanga, hands come down, elbows in to 90. Inhale, up dog over the toes. Squeeze, chest up. Exhale, down dog. Shift back. Hold for 5. Ujjayi. 1. 2. 3. 4. 5. And release. Inhale, halfway lift. Step, jump or float. Exhale, fold. Inhale, Utkatasana. Sit down. Arms reach up. Exhale, Samasthiti. Hands to the sides. Next pose, Padahastasana. Having the feet hip-width distance, soft bend to the knees and forward folding. Options to place your hands onto some blocks, and you can always lower to deepen. Otherwise, traditionally, having your hands underneath your feet, facing up. Elbows out to draw down, and you press through the heels to lift the tailbone up. Prepare, take a deep breath in. Exhale, hold, and breathe. 5 Ujjayi breaths. Nice and active. 4, 1. 2. 3. Release the back of the neck, soften the jaw. 4. 5. And release. Inhale, halfway lift. Straighten the spine. Exhale, fold. Hands to waist. Inhale to rise up. Exhale, Samasthiti. Hands to the sides. Reset. Next pose, extended side angle or Tita Parshvakonasana. Step the right foot back. Left foot comes in. Option for a block underneath the right hand. Otherwise, you can challenge yourself and slowly lower yourself down, but be careful of the flexibility. Arm alongside the ear. Take a nice deep breath in to prepare. Exhale, hold, and breathe for 5. Ujjayi. 1. 2. 3. Open the chest. See if you can look up to the hand. 4. See if you can wrap your armpit in while you're opening up the chest. 5. Release. Inhale, rise to the center. Change sides. Bend into the left knee, right foot in. Set yourself up. Nice deep breath in. Exhale, hold for 5. Ujjayi. 1. 2. 3. 4. 5. And release. Rise to the center. Exhale, step forward. Samasthiti. Well done. Next pose, Utthita Hasta Padagostasana, having the leg extended out in front of you. Options to use a strap if you need to gain some length, otherwise hand to foot, or if you would like to dial it back a little bit, you can place the hands and press into the top of the leg. You can interlace the knee to draw it in, or underneath the hamstring to extend up and out. We're going to be holding 5 breaths. See if you can challenge yourself here. Finding a nice steady breath. On the right-hand side, find your bind. Prepare. Rise up and hold for 5 Ujjayi breaths. 1. 2. Flex your toes, hips back, open your chest. 3. Lengthen out the back of the neck. 4. Keep breathing, Ujjayi. 5. Release the bind, hold the leg out. Challenge yourself here for 5 breaths. Hold it for 1. 2. Flex the toes, hips back, open the chest. 3. 4. Lift up. 5. And release to shake it off. Well done. See if we can switch over nice and quickly to the left side. Find your focus. Find your bind. Nice deep breath in. Exhale, hold and extend. 5 Ujjayi breaths. Hold for 1. Hips back. Open the chest. Flex your toes. 2. 3. Ujjayi breath. 4, 5. Hold the leg up, just release the bind. Hold for 5, challenge yourself here. 1, 2, lift up, lift up. 3, hips back, open the chest. 4, 5, and release to shake it off. Well done. Inhale, arms rise, high mountain. Exhale, forward fold, hinge at the hips. Inhale, halfway lift, straight spine, and prepare. Exhale, chaturanga, step back and lower. Inhale, up dog over the toes and squeeze. Exhale, down dog, shift back. Inhale, warrior 1, right foot through. Ground the back heel, arms reach up. Options to have the arms alongside the ears, lengthen out the back of the neck, otherwise more traditionally having the hands together above the head to lift the chest up with a slight gentle arching back. Nice deep breath in and prepare. Exhale, hold and breathe for 5. Ujjayi. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Keep your shape. Inhale to the center. Exhale, exchange to the back. Warrior 1 to the back. Left foot out, right foot in. Ground the back heel. Square the hips. Sink into the front knee. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, hold for 5. 1, 2. Ujjayi breath. 3, 4, 5, and release. Inhale, come to the center. Exhale, chaturanga, hands come down, lower halfway, elbows in. Inhale, up dog, roll over the toes, squeeze, look up. Exhale, down dog, shift back. Inhale, knees bend, look to the front. Exhale, make your way through to a seat, coming into Dandasana. It's the L sitting shape. Have your legs out extended, flex the toes, front of the sitting bones, hands by your sides. If you need to, you can place blocks underneath your hands. You're going to create length out the back of the spine, lift the back of the neck, so tuck the chin, shoulders back, press into the hands. Hold for 5, Ujjayi. 1, press, flex the toes. 2, bring the belly slightly forwards, lift up. 3, press down, press down. 4, 5, and release. Going to slight bend to the knees. Inhale, arms reach up. You're going to move straight into Paschimottanasana. As you exhale, shift forward and release. Hold for 5. Prepare. 1, 2, 3, 4. Bring the belly forwards and down. 5. Release. Inhale to roll up. Cross the shins. Exhale. Roll over the shins. Chaturanga. Step back and lower halfway. Inhale, up dog. Over the toes. Squeeze. Look up. Exhale, down dog. Shift back. Inhale, knees bend. Look to the front. Exhale, make your way through to a seat. Coming into Pursvottanasana. Options to do reverse table. Otherwise, traditionally, you can extend your legs out, having your toes touching down, hands back, fingers forward, elbows in. You're going to lift the hips up. We're going to do 2 rounds of 5 breaths. See if you can challenge yourself here. Set yourself up. Nice deep breath in. Exhale, rise up for 5. Ujjayi. 1. Squeeze the thighs. Lift the hips. Press through the heels. 2. Lift the chest up. 3. Breathe. 4, 5, and lower. Well done. Knees in, or you can lower the knees from left to right. This time we're going to do the second round and see if you can kind kind of receive the breath with as little effort as possible. So really try and experience each breath or take account for each breath. Set yourself up, rise up and hold for 5. 1, 2, ground the heels, squeeze the thighs, hips up. 3, 4, 5, and release to lower. Well done. Inhale, cross the shins, roll over the shins. Exhale, chaturanga, step back to plank and lower, elbows in. Inhale, up dog, over the toes and squeeze, look up. Exhale, down dog, shift back. Inhale, knees bend, look to the front. Exhale, make your way through to a seat. We're going to move into Vinyasa C. First, we're going to start with the left leg out, right leg in. And we're going to go for a seated twist in this variation. Options to sit up onto a block. Otherwise, you can draw your knee into the chest with the hand on the outside of the shin with the right hand behind you to create length at the spine. It's always an inhale to create length and an exhale to twist. Otherwise, you can go for a bind elbow to knee. Find your variation. Nice deep breath in to prepare. Flex the front toes. As you exhale, hold and breathe for 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and release. Option for a counter twist. An exchange. Right leg goes out, left foot comes in. Get into the front of the sitting bones, sit up nice and tall. Find your variation. Inhale to prepare. Exhale, hold and breathe for 5. Ujjayi. 1. So you can create length out the spine and twist over the shoulder. 2. Flex the front toes. 3. 4. 5. And release. Well done. So counter twist if that feels good. And then cross the shins, roll over the shins, place the hands down. See if you can press back to plank, lower halfway, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog over the toes and squeeze. Keep the heat. Exhale, down dog to shift back. Inhale, knees bend, look to the front. Exhale, make your way through to a seat. We're going to lay down onto our backs, coming into Supta Padangusthasana. So having the right leg up into the sky. Options to, you can use a strap if you need for the length from the hand to foot. Otherwise, you can go for the toe. Otherwise, if you would like to dial it back a bit, you can have the interlacing the hands onto the front of the shins, drawing it in, hands behind the hamstring to extend up, and then you can move into a strap. So find your variation on the right-hand side. Flex your left leg. Back the left leg must be on the floor. Hold and rise up for 5 Ujjayi. 1. 2. 3. 4. 5. And release. You're going to exchange. On the left-hand side, prepare yourself. Find your bind. Nice deep breath in. Exhale, extend up and hold for 5 Ujjayi. 1. 2. 3. 4. 5. And release. Well done. From here, we're going to move into bridge or wheel. We're going to be doing 3 rounds of bridge or wheel. If wheel is feeling comfy and you're ready and feeling safe, you're more than welcome to go up into 3 rounds of wheel. If you need to, you can always use a block underneath the hands against the wall. So set yourselves up for bridge. Feet down, touching the back of the heels. Squeeze the thighs. Nice deep breath in. And As you exhale, rise up and hold. Options to stay, otherwise you can always interlace the hands to squeeze the elbows to roll the chest. Hold for 5. 1. 2. Squeeze the thighs, press into the heels. 3. 4. 5. And lower. Window wiper the knees from left to right, otherwise you can just knock the legs in. And set ourselves up, round 2. Ujjayi breath. Rise up and hold for 5. 1. 2. Focus on the breath. 3. 4. 5. And release to lower down. Knock the knees in. Lower from left to right. See if you can stay on your breath. Last round. Prepare yourself. Nice deep breath in. Exhale, rise up and hold for 5. Ujjayi. 1. 2. 3. 4. 5. Slowly lower down, one vertebra at a time. You can knock the knees in or lower from left to right to release. From here, we're going to move into one round of Savangasana. That's the shoulder stand, legs up into the sky. Options, if you are not comfortable with that, to go legs up the wall. You can always place a block underneath the lower spine or sit up against the wall. Find your variation, elbows down, swing the hips, feel nice and secure. Keep your eyes up and extend up and hold for 10 breaths. Ujjayi. 1. 2. 3. 4. Squeeze the thighs, lift the toes up. 5. 6. 7. 8. 9. 10. Slowly begin to lower the knees. Let them hover just above the head or alongside the ears. And from here, we're going to slowly release down into the ground, one vertebra at a time. If you'd like to, you can just draw your knees in to give it a good squeeze, or come into happy baby for a few breaths, having your knees out wide. Otherwise, you can always take the outside of the feet. I like to just kind of gently massage the spine. And then when you're ready, you can lower yourself down to release. From here, we're going to move into Savasana, last pose. Taking up some space, letting your toes fall out, palms facing up. And just keep in mind that perhaps you want to reflect on that quote saying that, the pose begins when you have this desire to come out of it. And this may feel relevant to you in your Shavasana today. Take a nice deep breath in to open the belly. Long exhale to release, soften the fingers and the toes. Last deep breath in. And exhale to release and relax. You're more than welcome to lay here for as long as you like. When you do move, see if you can do so nice and slowly. Otherwise, well done for putting such amazing effort into your practice. And I will see you here for the next practice. Namaste.